Listen, all I heard there was Spencer Leno balls in your court. All right, man. So you calling out Spencer Leno right here live from Hosner's?
As a fan.
You want me to recap my worst McKinley moment?
Yeah, we get it. He's undefeated.
We're not
tired of hearing that.
Right.
So,
you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about.
Man, that's the
getting that dub against Tots.
We heard that. And before I get into that, I brought a special guest, state championship.
We'll just jump in it. This is McKinley Maslin Week.
Hold on.
McKinley Maslin Week, right?
That was the first thing here on my clipboard.
All right. Welcome to another episode of the Northeast Ohio Sports Podcast. I'm here with T. Jones. Glad to see you back. And then, of course, to his right, we got J.P. Simon.
My number tonight.
Yeah, now we have someone with us tonight.
Got my boy.
Now, he's a McKinley grad. We finally have some McKinley guys with us. We've been kind of going through the hoops, getting these Maslin guys on. Now we finally got someone from, our deck of cards. He's a McKinley grad. He's a college basketball player turned Globetrotter / Washington General. He works for the Globetrotters. T. Jones, you have the honor. Who do we have with us tonight?
We got my boy, none other than Hollis Alexander, a.k.a. Scamp.
Yeah.
The great Alexander. My God.
Welcome aboard. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, man, it finally feels good to have some backup on this
Got
one.
all these bulldogs up here.
All y'all boys been asking me when we gonna get some more McKinley guys on there, so I told y'all stay tuned.
We got a Canton legend.
a legend.
I don't even know where to start. I had my notebook. I left it over there. Man, just tell us right now the process. How did you start working for the Globetrotter Organization?
Family friend. I sent my stuff into her, and they watched my tape, came in, and they liked it, and then from there. Went to training camp and earned a spot out there. So
nice. It helps that you can you still dunk the basketball? You're getting up there.
I got my first one the last game of the tour. So
you get that on film?
No, it was in warm-ups.
I
got.
I'm about to say, Tommy, play that mug right now.
Yeah,
so I'm back up on that run. So it took a little minute, but yeah.
He's 5'7", by the way. He told me 5'8" today, but he's 5'7". Him getting up there. I ain't gonna lie. Let's go back to that Barberton game. Already.
Oh my God.
The steal, the dribble drive.
Don't worry, we'll clue you in, JP.
Under a minute, Alexander takes it away. Oh my goodness! Slams it down. These 5'8" people. Wow.
So, let me bounce off of T. Jones. So, we knew all through middle school, all through high school, that, he was an average height player who could dunk. I mean, this dude can get up there, okay? So, when I was in middle school and I was at Sowers, believe it or not, it was this big basketball game. We were playing you guys in Lehman. And the big deal I remember was Mike Mills, because we had, they had this really tall kid. He grows to be 6'8" later at McKinley. And then Scamp's kind of he steals the show, and then you were kind of the star player when we were in 8th grade and all that kind of stuff. I always knew of you as the guy that could dunk. And so our senior year, he had promised the student body that he was going to dunk in a game before he was done. And he kind of had one against Glen Oak. I know that.
Yeah.
He had he got up there, got the rim, the ball went in, so it counts.
Yeah. It bounced around a couple times.
But so in a playoff game against Barberton at Canton Civic Center, dude, the ball threw down a two-hand dunk in the middle of the second.
Got one down clean.
He got one down clean.
Nice.
And I tell you, to see Scamp jump,
Yeah.
Yep.
it looked fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you don't expect nobody's best. Let's be honest. He probably wasn't 5'7" in high school. You know what I mean? He probably maybe on a good day.
Yeah.
But he could get up.
Getting up there.
Yeah, lead. When he stole the ball, it was right at I'm about to say just past half on their side, and he dribbled, pound dribble. I I'm like, this mother, and we went nuts.
Do you know what I
I'm
mean?
talking, I'm knocking dudes over. I'm like,
I was one of them. I sat next to him.
He's in the field.
You get that arm of, you know.
I'm like, oh,
Right.
I was going crazy, dog. I mean, because they was winning,
Yeah.
but it's like, that was it.
Icing on the cake.
That was
He
it.
did the deed. He said he was going to throw one down. And I, as someone who, you know, I can't even, I touched backboard, twice in gym. I can't even come
I can
close to
smack
the
the
rim.
backboard.
Yeah.
Like,
Dunking the ball.
what's it like to two-hand dunk? What's it like to just throw one down and you get to look at everybody else?
Oh man, it's definitely a exciting feeling. Like
Yep.
it definitely is exciting. For me, it's like everybody's reaction around. Like
Were you a parent? Like, were you aware of the reaction after you did it?
no, because I was
Because
getting
you
back
in
on
game,
defense.
you was in game.
Yeah, so I didn't really think about it like when I did it. Now going back and like looking at the film, like when I dunk it, Tommy put it on YouTube and there's like a slow motion version of it.
Yeah.
And when it's going to slow motion, I can see like the reaction on my teammates' face.
I remember
Like,
Mike Mills is in the back
yeah.
that you just see him like, no way.
And
Yeah.
like somebody like I think it might have been Sam Burton. His mouth was like wide open, like so. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, bro.
I see their reactions.
How old were you the first time you dunked the ball? What grade you remember with?
I was in the eighth grade going into the ninth grade. So
Okay.
I was going into the ninth grade.
5'7",
13.
Did you hit the 5'7" early in it? Or?
Nah, I probably was never 5'7".
See, now we're gonna get the truth. Now we're getting the stuff.
That's my guy. You know that? That's my guy.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, I was always a little guy. So
Middle school, gotcha.
I mean, quiet as it's kept though, he was just as cold on the football field.
Okay.
I was literally
Okay.
about to say the
He
same
was just
thing.
as
Yeah.
cold on the football field as he was on the basketball
Corner?
court.
running
receiver.
back,
Running back,
corner,
okay,
Played H.
safety.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He was a dog.
It
Man.
was a common joke that because Scamp had got hurt our junior year, that he was the reason why Jeff Richardson was able to shine.
Yeah, I say it all the time. I mean,
yeah.
no knock to my boy Jeff. Shout
Yeah,
out to
dude's
Jeff
a
Richardson.
beast, but
if he
got
didn't
him over.
if he didn't get hurt, number 14 would have. He wouldn't have had the career he had
Sure.
had Scamp not got hurt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna just be the first one.
Because you were
Because our
then-
freshman year, I still got Scamp had 13 catches our freshman year, right? 13 catches. He scored 10 touchdowns.
They were all 3-yard
Man.
slants first play of the game.
What's the math on that, Tom? What's that calculator?
I
What's
didn't even
his
hear what he said.
touchdown?
I was watching
10.
what you were writing.
10 for
13 catches,
Yeah.
10 touchdowns.
You gotta put the
130.
percentage on up on that little graphic of what
And
that is.
every
That's
touchdown was the first play of the game, 3-yard slant.
Did you start receiver our sophomore year?
No, I started
It was just junior
my
year.
junior year.
Okay,
yeah.
I was trying to remember because I remember what games you would have played, like Walsh Jesuit and stuff like that. Or
Yeah.
I think.
So did you have a celebration, or you one of them guys that acts like you've been there before and
Nah,
handed
I
to the
just
ref?
handed to the ref.
You one of them? Okay.
Yeah, he would
Nothing but business.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I only seen him get hyped one time, and that was we was Little Bulls when we played
Championship game.
the Jaguars in the championship game, and when I tell you he laid the wood, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Tyler Lancaster, dog. It was the last play of the game, like their last play of the game
They
before
ran a
we
hook.
took the knee. They ran a
ran
hook and lateral.
yeah.
He was all over it. He just knew that Tyler finna get this ball,
Gonna come to it,
so
yeah.
he ran straight to the pitch, man. He pitched it, and it was at his size. Now, mind you, we kids, dog.
Right, right.
7th grader at this point. Like Scamp laid the wood,
Laid
to
some
him.
lumber
Laid
that-
laid the wood to him.
I had to,
When I seen
I had to
him,
get my lick back.
and he stood over him, and he hit.
Oh, so he had to celebrate on defense. He had a little something for
Yeah,
him.
he had a little something for him.
Gotcha.
He had that dog in him for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So curious. You said you played football growing up, then through youth, through middle school, and then high school. Did you because that's always a thing that comes up as I coach ball and guys. Do I play multiple sports? Do I focus in on one? Did you consciously make that decision to focus on basketball?
No, not really. Like all through high school, my first 3 years playing, Ron John would always tell me like, he tell all the football guys, if your name not Hollis Alexander or Tyler Foster, you do not need to be playing basketball.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So he would tell all of like he always gave me the go ahead.
Yep.
I never like in the summertime I would always be going with AAU, so he didn't penalize me for like not making it to weightlifting and all that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
playing another sport. I really just think why I stopped honestly is because I just couldn't stay healthy. as much as I love football, I kind of figured that I was going to end up going to school for basketball, which I feel like I could have played either or. But I just ended up loving basketball a little bit more. But football was definitely my first love.
Now I know what they say about hindsight is 20/20 and all that good stuff, but is that a regret you have, like when
not
when
playing
you,
my senior year?
Yeah.
Most
So when you
definitely.
talk to kids and they ask you, is that usually your advice to play more?
Yeah, play everything you play.
100%. That's where I'm at too.
Yeah.
I was the same way. I was a basketball guy. I played all three growing up: basketball, baseball, football. And then you get into high school and you start looking at the next level, and it's stay healthy. And it's the biggest regret I got was not playing because you only get that one time.
That's it.
So I tell them, have fun, go play, you know what I mean, enjoy it. So I was curious if that was the same route, if you dialing in on hoop.
Scamp set the most. He set the record for most carries in the game for as a 12-year-old.
That's fine.
He carried the ball like 50-some times against the Jags.
It was about 4.
It sounds like they couldn't stop it. Sounds like the Jags ain't have an answer for it.
We didn't have nobody else.
Well, that's
They was scary.
Yeah.
The Jags was tagging me.
That's the
Definitely
famous
tagging me.
line. So, like, I briefly mentioned we kind of did like I don't want to call it half-fast, but, we did like a documentary for Scamp, 10 years ago.
Yeah,
in the very beginning.
So we got a revision coming to that.
But this dude Jones said even then that Scamp was the 40 carries a night guy and still lose.
Yeah, still yeah.
We won the championship though.
Yeah.
We won the championship.
Run the ball, win the game. That's always been that.
But speaking of that, and I'm not trying to go down that path, but did you ever think that we did all that, all that, all times hanging out and all that? Did you ever think we'd be here?
Man, and it's crazy. I feel like me and you talked about this right before I left. Like, it's crazy because we were like a little bit ahead of our time. Like, with podcasts, everybody's doing like YouTube and shorts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like it is crazy to see like where you guys are at now. And,
It is weird.
And like what I'm actually doing because
that whole talk with you guys and Skylar and Tyler, that's just that was what I imagined was that LeBron barbershop.
Yeah.
Because I recorded them talking for just like 10 minutes in his living room. Mm-hmm. It's like you look back and it's like, gosh, why didn't we do anything differently? But you know what? You learn, you do stuff.
Now.
Yeah,
Well, and when you look back at it, it was practice for what you do now.
True.
Just sharpening them tools.
Yeah, it was a room full of McKinley guys.
You see what the missing ingredient was. Needed somebody there to huddle that group up. Man.
Keep them boys online.
Yeah. So you guys all graduated together then?
Yep. Walked the stage the same time.
2013, yes sir.
So how'd you do? We always talk about, we got the running joke going about the victory bells around here. How'd the hoop rivalry go?
Hoop rivalry. So my senior year, we actually
you
went.
say Maslin McKinley, right? Or
No, I said McKinley, man.
I gotta get him.
He says it the right way.
I said it the right way.
Okay, my bad.
But so my senior year, basketball was against Brody. So Brody, Jerry
How
on.
he played basketball.
They had J Stock, T Block.
Did you guys ever lose to Maslin?
No, I've never lost to Maslin in anything.
That's what we like to hear around here.
So we got somebody that ain't never lost to McKinley and know somebody ain't never lost to Maslin.
But
I need to be on that board.
Man.
that game had ended up going to 3 overtimes, though.
Yeah,
so that was a good game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a good game. Yeah.
Was that any of the Perini? That wasn't a Perini.
No Perinis.
Okay,
No, didn't have any
Perinis.
Perinis.
My years run together. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The youngest Perini is who? Corey? I think he might be like 08.
Corey Perini was Timken guy?
Mike Perini was a little
Oh,
older.
no.
Was my
Yeah,
age,
Mike.
closer to me.
Yeah,
I
Mike's
forget what Perini played for
Mike's
Timken.
wrong. Jared and Corey both played that time.
Okay, Jared, that's right.
See,
There's
we
so many of
swept.
them.
We swept my senior year. We got him in hoop, football, on the
real?
baseball diamond. We probably dove in that pool and got him a couple.
I don't know. McKinley's got a good swim team.
I think that somebody
Y'all
drowned.
not-
Somebody
y'all not-
drowned that year.
Y'all not touching us in bowling.
Y'all want to say
Y'all not touching us in bowling.
Y'all know that's
touching us in bowling.
off rip
Oh, no.
and on the chessboard.
Now listen, that
Boy, that's
bowling,
some smart
we
money.
had somebody throw a couple 300s. We might have to post that graphic. Shout out Maslin Bowling because I think they got something cooking over on the bowling team.
Yeah, all
They
right.
got
I'll
something
find it.
going now.
They ain't going to state though.
Don't do
I
it.
was playing.
Don't
I
do
was
it.
playing. No, McKinley's bowling team is fire though.
10 years ago, they was good in football, too. They were winning in bowling and football, all kinds of stuff 10 years ago.
I know you can.
Yeah. So now I think the bowling team got it together. We got it put together. You got it together. Hey, and my man threw a. You guys catch the baseball game?
I wanted to go, and I'm glad I didn't. I guess
1-0 final.
1-0.
Yeah, my man.
1-0?
He threw a
Oh,
heater
God,
to close the
I didn't know
game and let the whole dugout know about it. It was wild.
Man.
You got to post that clip.
McKinley Maswell?
Yeah. No.
You see how you agree to it?
Yep.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, he caught himself.
What's your name?
But yeah, it was,
Never heard of him. Well, that's what he did on the last time, like, because he's born in '84.
Yeah.
I figured that out, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's a real good year." And I'm like, "Oh, McKinley won basketball state championship '84." Never heard of him.
never heard of it.
But
You
all right,
wasn't around for that.
Yeah, I
but
wasn't
we've been
watching.
dancing around, and we can dance around the whole time, the all night, whatever. But we got to get back to the Globetrotter stuff, because you were 100 games, 100 shows, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah,
and 100
about-
nights, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, it was close.
I mean, either way, you guys. I mean, I saw your
11
pictures.
games.
I can vouch that. He's taking pictures of every NBA midcourt. And what did that? That
So
had
you
to be-
play in the NBA arenas then when you
Yeah,
travel?
we
Is that how it
play
goes?
in some NBA arenas. Yeah, I think I played in about 8.
Okay.
Maybe.
Got
about
22
Oh, yeah.
to go, brother.
And JP,
Maybe 10.
you ever see the movie Holes?
Okay, yeah.
He met Hector Zeroni.
Zero.
Yeah, okay, man. I had to dig deep into my memory for that one. Yeah, okay.
That he did. So like, what I have
It's a
to ask
name
you.
drop. That's a hell of a name drop right there, man.
Zero from
Yeah.
Holes.
Yeah.
So he just went to your guys' game.
Yeah. So actually, we had a lot of celebrities that
Yeah.
game. That was at the Clippers arena.
Okay.
So the new arena, the arena is beautiful.
Yes.
But he was there. Kale from Keaton and Kale, he was
Okay,
there.
yeah.
And then I can't think of the dude's name, but he always plays like the evil guy, McDonald.
Yeah, I know who you mean. That
Um,
dude. He's like on TV shows and stuff a
yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was there. He actually came up to me and was like, "Bro, I love the way you play." I was like, "Oh, man, it means a lot coming from you." Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
awesome.
can't think of his first name. Last name is McDonald. He was in Walking Tall with The Rock.
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite
Okay.
movie,
Yeah.
You can yell it. It's all right.
His name is Neil.
Neil
McDonald. Okay.
There
We got the executive producer.
Yeah, we got-
She's keeping
Shout
this
out-
thing
shout out
in
Asia.
Yeah,
Shout out
Asia.
Asia.
We got to get her one of the things, though. We got to get her one of the cut things, though.
Go Trojans. Am I right?
Hell yeah.
We got a
Timken
Timken
Trojan.
Trojan in the building.
Yeah, even us out a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting orange on it.
Yeah,
and shit.
she came in with that blue tint, though. She ain't got no red on. She came in with all that blue on.
But you see,
Dogs
she went,
on
though.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Dog, the hoodie do say dogs on.
Yeah. Come on
They got
now.
me surrounded. They got me surrounded tonight.
JP over there being sweating.
Yeah, they got me surrounded.
I went to Timken. We came and talk about football when it comes to world. Yeah, so I just keep my mouth shut.
Oh no, it's all right.
Basketball is decent though.
Yeah, those were-
football. Nuts.
Well, what y'all do to that?
So
What y'all boys do to the boys in basketball though?
next topic.
why she's here.
So McKinley, Timken, big Canton City rivals for 80 years. They stopped playing 2004 for extracurricular reasons. And so then finally, McKinley went state 2 years in a row. Timken had that unbelievable 2008 year. So then our junior year, it was like the ultimate showdown that these dudes met Timken for the district title.
Okay.
And that was a star-studded cast that you're with Tyler Foster, Mike Mills, Devontae Williams,
Yeah.
Devontae Rory.
Yeah.
Take us down memory lane with this McKinley Timken game.
Man, it was an intense game the whole game.
Yes.
A lot of good defense, a lot of trash talking, some big dunks, some hard fouls.
Yep.
It was a great
I remember
game,
that
man.
the alley oop
Yeah.
through the
Yes.
mic.
Yeah.
That was another one that made me throw everybody out
Yeah.
the seat. I'm like, oh shit! I had everybody out the
Yeah.
seat
Yeah.
because you know how the seats was on the little
Yeah,
platform.
on the platform,
I
yeah.
had been teeter-tottering off it because I done pushed everybody out the way.
Yeah.
Ben's the dude that Studer, made
In
him
the
pay.
coffin.
Yes.
I got you.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
him.
putting it together.
Oh,
Okay.
dude. But man, that McKinley Timken game, that was legendary because it was for the district championship, but it was just everything
And the
was on the
atmosphere-
line.
Yeah, the atmosphere was crazy. Like
There was so many
it was
people
so
there.
many people at the game that the game got delayed an hour.
I remember that.
Because they had to let everybody
They
in.
still
They
had-
wanted
they
the people
still-
in, so it delayed the game.
Yeah, delayed
Yep.
the game an hour, yeah.
Was that the last year of Timken basketball, or
No.
The last few years, that was
Yeah,
the
the
last
last
time
few
they
years.
played,
Yeah.
and the only
McKinley.
recent time.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I think Timken, I think it's 2014, because then 2015 is the first combined year.
Yeah,
So
2014 was
summer,
was the last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was star-studded cast. I can't stress it enough.
Who got the dub? I was following
McKinley.
the roller coaster through the game. McKinley ended up with the dub.
McKinley.
Okay.
It was a really close game. I think you guys pulled away.
Yeah,
Scamp made one of the
yeah.
buckets to either go up by 8 or 10 or something, and Timken called timeout, and the whole McKinley side of the Civic Center just let him.
Well, this is a new concept for me on this podcast, talking about McKinley victories. We don't get to. This is a new thing we got.
Well, ask us about our junior year football.
That's why I had to circle back and make sure I heard the
We've
story
won
right.
we won a lot of football games.
I had to make sure.
We won a lot of games in general. This mug, they win one title. Now everybody just, you know what I mean. You scored one touchdown in the title.
That was all that was needed,
And
though. Hey,
that's all he said. That's all we need.
That's all that was needed, though.
I ain't mad
Yeah,
at it.
that was
I ain't mad
crazy.
at it.
That was
7-2.
We've brought it up every
That's
time.
crazy.
It's
It was a
awesome.
baseball game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Our boys out there playing soccer.
Yeah, we just wanted. I should have brought the ring for him. I should have brought the ring.
That's all right. He can just go back and watch the other podcast.
got this red cloth out here.
Hey, you put this cloth
That's
on the
bear
table.
cat red.
Very hot, this
Bear
man's
cat
hospitality is another level. I wouldn't get out an orange. Heck no.
Like you did us a
I
solid.
knew who was
buy
coming. I
orange.
want you guys to feel comfortable.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
Yes.
You guys to feel at home.
You got a legend in the crib.
I see.
bro.
I heard about it.
Iced up too. Shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to
I
Deion
see. I
Jersey.
see.
Shout out to shit, there, Shannon.
Said, dude.
Yeah.
Good timing.
Shout out to shit, there.
Getting brushed up on
And he a
on
Browns
King
fan, too.
history here.
No,
tonight.
you played basketball though, right? For Maslin?
Yeah,
Not all 4 years, but
No, yeah. Once we got into high school, coming up, growing up, always playing club kid. We was talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
JP,
Boys
you hoop?
club. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hoop,
JP
what you
hoop.
mean? Did hoop? Still hoop. We still go.
You don't hoop, JP.
Still go.
he
Yeah.
said I'm not tall for nothing.
Right. Yeah. The height helps a little.
But you can't get on the board. It's crazy.
The board, no, I'm retired from that sport. That sport hurts. We go out there, shoot around, have a good
Shot of the
time.
octagon on the way out.
Yeah, you got a whole octagon out there, and he afraid to get on the board.
I know my place in this world. It's not in the ring.
I wanted to just suggest, can he dunk on JP? We get a little 8-foot rim out here or something like.
Ain't that serious to me.
great.
I'm gonna let him have it. I'm gonna celebrate with him. Oh my God. But he was a club kid though. So now I see where he got his start from. He had a good foundation right in the heart of Maslin, Ohio. The Maslin Boys and Girls Club got it together.
I went to Whittier for 2 years.
Did you?
that count?
Yeah, I knew there was something about you I liked.
I'm doing all
Yeah.
right in my life.
What were you guys? Wildcats.
Yeah, Whittier Wildcats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might
I
be
was
your
there.
new nickname, the Wildcat.
I was there age 4 and 5 before I went to Clarendon.
And we was talking about a little bit off camera with Steve and Vince that was up
my
there
guys.
forever.
Yeah, for sure.
And Vince just this past year retired. He was the director for all them years, and just this past year wrapped it up. And one of the kids I actually coach now took his position, Cordell Ford.
Yeah.
Okay.
Played at Mount Union, all that good stuff. Came back and
That's dope.
he's running the show over there now. But
That's
Pedro's
awesome.
good dudes, and
Yeah,
his
that's
brother is
awesome.
still down to rec center.
Yeah.
And look, my man. So he came up with the boys club, in the heart of Maslin, right? And you was a manager, right? You remember we was talking about that down at Maslin Rec Center. So I mean, of course, he's a successful young man. Look at the up; he's been around the city. It
Yeah,
rubs
but you
off
come
on
from a split family, though,
I come
right?
from a split family.
But
yeah. So my mom is a gamble, so she's all Maslin, and then
I didn't know
my
your
dad.
mom is a mess.
You remember
Yeah.
Gamble, Mookie? I think he scored. He ran about an 80-yard touchdown against the Pups.
My dad is a McKinley guy, so all the Hubbards, Armsteads, and all them guys. Yeah, so.
Yeah,
Because your
8th
dad
grade
played
didn't
football,
score on us,
Yeah,
so I don't know what.
we was talking about the gambles.
I must have missed what.
I said the 8th grade didn't score on us, so I don't know what he talking about.
Yeah,
I'm undefeated against Maslin this year.
just throwing that out there. You
Just
getting your
throwing
get back because we did call y'all last week a couple times.
Yeah, y'all did.
You
I
was
wasn't
gonna
even
take
here to
that.
defend
I
myself.
knew you was gonna
That's
take
why.
the opportunity.
Yep. You already know.
That hot mic, he's coming for us.
I'm pulling no punches.
Yeah, man. So what's the schedule now, or what's the next move here?
So
Training a little bit. You talking about
Yeah.
training right now?
yeah, I've just been working out.
Yeah.
We leave on the 12th. We go to Mexico.
Oh wow.
So we go tour Mexico for about 2 weeks, and I come back for a little time. Then we go do South America for about a month and a half.
Is that typical? Usually international travel with it like that?
This is my first time, so
Wow.
my first international one. Like we did,
Okay.
Y'all flying? I mean, obviously.
yeah,
Listen, man.
yeah. We,
That's
they're
gonna
gonna
be
drive.
a bumpy boat ride to South Africa.
I know they drove everywhere else.
yeah, no. So we during the West Coast stint, we did like a lot of busing, but we did take like 2 flights. So
You ever flown? Like, obviously before then, but you ever flown a plane before then?
yeah,
I
I
ain't
played in
never-
France.
I ain't never been.
never been on a plane?
I've never been on a plane.
I'm not
Yeah.
missing much, to be honest with you.
I ain't never been.
Like
I've
it's
never
like
been on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
My
I feel
friend
like
Hollis.
you're on a bus.
I'm not. I am too. Yeah,
I remember
I
one time
could've
we was
slept
up
like
in.
it does feel like you're on a bus, though.
me and Mom Dukes was up in Connecticut. She was up there for a job. I was like, I'm gonna just tag along. They in a hotel. We on the 33rd floor. I looked down. I couldn't see no floor. I said, we're gonna have to close the curtain, bro. I'm not gonna be able to stay up here.
Yeah.
I can't do it, bro. It made me sick. I'm like, golly, like usually, like when you in looking down at the top, you in the upstairs of your house, you can see the ground and shit. You see the front yard.
You can see the ground.
You couldn't see nothing. Like it wasn't. You just saw other buildings. I'm like, yeah,
You're not afraid of falling, are you? It's just the landing part that hurts.
man. It's all of it that's
Yeah.
gonna hurt me. Look at
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Look how big I am, dog. It's gonna be a torpedo. You just gonna hear. It's gonna sound like a damn bomb. What happened? Man, T. Jones fell, dog. That's gonna be me. My legs gonna be my damn legs gonna be through my shoulders.
We're gonna have to edit that in here. We're gonna add this back to this podcast if we really go down and get that news footage.
Oh man.
So
I
where'd you
can't
go
even-
to college? You say you played
Yeah.
some college hoop?
Yeah, I bounced around quite a bit.
So from McKinley to
yeah, so from McKinley, I went to Tiffin.
okay,
I was at Tiffin for a year. Left there, went JUCO.
okay.
So I went to Lakeland Community College.
Where's that out of?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay.
Yeah, so we lost in the national championship.
Damn.
Then then I went to
Point guard, shooting guard. What was it?
Point.
Point. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yep. So then from there I went to Central Penn. Sorry, was there. Love Central Penn. We lost in the national championship there too, as well. Would have stayed. Loved it there. Had 8 ESPN games a year. My credits just didn't transfer over, so I had to get up out of there.
Gotcha.
And then I graduated from Salem International University.
Okay.
So I did
Gotcha.
my last 2 years there.
We say business degree, right? We was talking a little bit about
business
that.
administration and marketing. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
And then, so you played out in France.
Yeah.
You know, let's not forget about that. There's so
Right.
many things that we can bring
He
up.
took a plane there. He
Yeah.
he couldn't drive there.
Not me.
He's got the James
I get
Bond
on-
car.
I get
you know,
on the
goes
boat.
underwater.
He was 10.
I
But-
get on the boat.
So like when you went out to France, you guys, I mean, technically professionals, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you're playing for money.
Yeah.
You
That's
getting
professional.
paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, as
Getting
professional as
paid,
it
yeah.
get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just how did that go? Like, what did you guys exactly, like, that's just like French league? Because I remember watching one of the videos and.
Yeah. So I was in them too. League wasn't like nothing crazy. It was like regular league.
But you're getting paid to play.
Yeah, getting paid to play.
So it's just kind of.
Yeah.
What is it? Do they speak English? Does everybody over there? Do they know how to talk?
And a lot of people speak English.
Yeah.
Where I was at.
Was
Now,
that an
every
advantage
spot there? No, they don't. But
Yeah.
a lot of,
Was that a disadvantage or an advantage that the other team was saying things that you couldn't understand, or do you get it because of the tone and all that?
I just get it. I mean, like ball is ball.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So like, it kind of, and then like I was there long enough to where I could start understanding what people were saying. I just
Knew what
couldn't
that meant, yeah.
say it back. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
Like, or say stuff back.
Gotcha.
So I was there for about 7 months for.
Oh,
so, I was
gotcha.
there for a little minute.
Nice.
Nice little contract.
Yeah, been a few places. What's the most interesting arena, or what's some of your? Because it sounds like you've been a few different spots.
Yeah.
What's the memorable
My
one?
favorite one I didn't play in was probably the Intuit Dome. The Clippers knew.
Okay, gotcha.
So their stuff was, we ran out. Their stuff was crazy. All the seats were flashing different colors.
Yeah.
And, it was.
Are they
so,
separate now from the Lakers?
Yeah,
'Cause it
yeah.
all used to be the Staples,
Yeah,
right? They all
it used to be the
played in-
Staples.
Yeah.
So they just built their own arena. It just opened up this year. So
Okay, gotcha.
brand new arena, and it's beautiful.
Clippers are owned by the dude that owns Microsoft. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
So like that's why they got the latest technology.
Laid
They
it
got
out, yeah.
I remember the screen reads faces or something like that. If you want to order a hot
like
dog.
you want to,
Yeah.
you want to go to like private, like certain parts, facial recognition, all that. Oregon had a beautiful court too. Yeah, Oregon. I played up
Yes.
Oregon.
Is
Their
that the
court was
one that got
crazy.
like the timber design or something
Yeah.
on it? Like
all the designs in the court, and then you get to see like all the Jordans that they got in the back. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Really, every NBA arena I played in this year was fire.
Yeah. But it's like that with football. Like, I had questions asked a lot of stadiums. And once you get playing, it's the same as being back at the boys club. It's the same
facts.
length and width, and it's the hoop 10 foot. And you know what I mean? Like, as players, you kind of just get lost in that part of it. But
What is it like to knock down an NBA regulation three? You don't feel no different?
I don't feel no different. It's a 3.
so that's just what
It's just further. Yeah, it's just further, but it's.
You ever hit a 4-pointer yet?
Yeah, heck yeah.
So like, I'm really, unfortunately, I'm not too knowledgeable about the Globetrotters, and I mean I know everything, basic. But so like, do you guys have stats? Like, do they tell you? Like, do you have like am I allowed? You can tell me if I can't ask certain things.
So the only stats that they pretty much keep for real is like, that we keep track of like players ourselves are the 4-pointers and the dunks. So
Okay.
we like those are the only stats that us as players like keep about like how many 4s you hit this game.
Give me hit to the 4-pointer.
how
Give me
many
hit to the
fours?
4-pointer.
4-pointer is like it's like 32 feet
Okay.
away, so it's like pretty much dang near like you take a couple steps over half court,
Right.
You letting it fly.
Yeah, all the
Steph
way
Curry
around the
threes.
perimeter. It's
all
another
the way-
line.
Yeah,
Okay.
another line.
Gotcha.
So it's a 4-pointer. I think the Globetrotters started that in 2015. I think.
How many
Or maybe
4-pointers you
2010.
done hit so far?
My highest is 3 in the game.
Okay.
So I hit 3 in one game.
And you got 1 dunk on the season.
No, in warm-ups.
And warm up, okay. So you just a 4-point demon. I might gotta make you on
That's the
2K.
only thing I do. I just shoot the 4
Because
pointers.
you
You
know,
think-
them 5-7s, they low key OP on 2K this year.
I don't
I
know.
might have to make one.
Them 5
Y'all,
and 7.
y'all stay tuned, bro.
Five,
Next,
sevens,
next
demis.
TikTok stream, I'm gonna have my 5-7 build I made, my Hollis build.
Yeah, we'll include it in the we'll put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Do you see that ever making it to like the NBA or
4-pointer, nah.
You think that's
No, Steph Curry ruined that.
It's too.
it's
too
Yeah. Steph
You don't
Curry.
ever think they add anything deeper than that or further like you ain't gonna go that route? Just curious.
I mean, it was.
It
I
sounds
feel
like an
it'd
interesting
be-
concept.
Yeah, it
fire
is.
and
It
deep,
is.
yeah.
But I feel like so many NBA guys shoot that shot now. It's
Right.
Kind of like,
That's a routine
It's
shot
just-
to him.
yeah.
Yeah. Got you.
It'll create a skill gap, like a competitive advantage. It's teams that can have guys that can shoot
Yeah.
from out there.
So you still watch? I mean, you still follow who? I'm sure, like you're an NBA guy and all that.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to talk about like how wild is the Lakers?
Yeah, we could all
I don't
talk
know if
about
we're
it.
supposed to be jumping onto that, but
We-
that's
we
just
can talk,
talking.
it don't matter.
I'm a hoop
Yeah.
guy.
Talk about
like,
it,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I'll just
why?
say I was
I didn't see that coming.
Man,
I don't
no.
know.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming either.
They shit the bed. Austin Reeves played exactly how we thought he was gonna play. All 5 games.
I don't even know if we can blame Austin Reeves.
Yeah, LeBron had a
Anthony-
couple bad
LeBron-
decisions.
Anthony
LeBron
Edwards is
there
a dog, though. I ain't
scoring
gonna lie. He is
20
a dog.
points. Luka just—I mean, we knew he couldn't play defense. He getting
Man, Luka,
he
he's
cooked.
getting exploited.
And then Rudy Gobert just act like 2000, 2015, 2016.
Well, and
like,
Luka kept going after Rudy Gobert games 1 and 2. So I just kept thinking, man, they keep picking on him, and,
Yeah.
One of
and then
these
it didn't
games
start
you
not
gonna have
working.
enough.
Well,
Yep,
didn't it seem like the Lakers was small and they just stay small? Like
Yeah,
LeBron
like,
was at
well,
the four.
they were
Well,
small and got smaller this
Yeah,
past
like-
game.
well, we knew that
No
they wasn't
bigs.
gonna have
Nah,
much.
I mean-
You know what I mean? Like when they traded away AD,
Yeah.
they ain't like
Yeah.
who they have. Harachi Moore, Haynes, like they didn't.
Their
we knew
thing
they
was-
was
You
gonna
got
struggle
Rui at center.
in the center position.
Yeah.
And they just got out rebounded.
In
I
the
mean,
front
there's
court-
nothing you can do about that with 5
Yep.
guards out
That's
there.
how you win basketball games.
You got a guy 7 foot out there who's pissed off clearly.
Right.
Because Rudy Gobert, every time he dunked or put the ball in the basket, he looked at somebody.
Yeah, he found somebody.
You watched the TNT
Yeah, he
with
dunked the
Shaggy
ball.
Penny and all that.
Yep.
they was giving Shaq the business. They're talking about.
Yeah, he was like
comparing
gonna
him
throw
to-
up. Yeah.
the Shaq when he was Rudy Gobert playing.
He's like,
Superman is in the building. Shaq was losing his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
No, not at all.
And then I bet a sixth grader, I won 20 push-ups off of him. I had the Cavs sweeping. I saw that one coming on there. The Cavs is nice.
Man, every time I
They
turn
gonna
the
win the
Cavs,
East.
every time
I
I
think
turn the
they're gonna
Cavs
kill
game on, they was up 30 plus.
30.
It didn't matter. Like, damn, first quarter, fourth quarter, it didn't matter. Whenever
Yeah.
in the last week and a half, it didn't matter when I turned the game on. The Cavs was always up 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, ain't
Just
no
so they
point.
got so many cats that can shoot. Like everybody on the
They can
floor
all
is
shoot
shooting.
They got 5. I looked it up. They got 6 guys on the team that shoot more than 40% from three.
Now, that's some statistical, some analytics. I see what you got going there.
I'm a stats guy.
Yeah,
I
Jones
see.
is a math guy.
Bro, they got 6 guys on the team that shoot more than 40% from three.
Defensive player of
that's
the year,
crazy.
holding it down. and-
That's crazy. And
they
then you
definitely
led
come
by a
out the- I
superstar.
think they're gonna come out the East for sure.
Yeah, you better beat Boston.
Who's coming out
Hold
the
on, we
West?
calling it here. That's a bomb stat. You gotta put a bomb emoji
They
or
come-
something
they come-
on that.
they come out the
He
East.
calling the upset.
I think it'll
I think
be,
they're going to beat Boston,
They're
too.
gonna beat Boston.
It's not an upset,
I think it's
they're
going to be
gonna win
Cavs
the
Thunder. Cavs Thunder in the finals.
I kind of wanted
That's
to.
going. You don't think
Cavs,
the betting odds
I
in
kinda
Vegas
wanna
gonna have the Cavs underdog? The Celtics gonna be favored. to
Oh,
win.
yeah. I mean,
they're
I
going to
agree
be
with you.
favored,
Yeah.
but I mean,
That's
yeah,
a
they got
guarantee.
some defenders on that
That's
team.
an official guarantee.
It would be for
That's
me.
his guarantee.
It'll be
I'm-
Cavs.
I'm stamping
Guarantee.
it.
He's stamping
I'm
it.
stamping
It would
He's
be
stamping
Cavs Thunder in the finals. I guarantee you. You know how I do it.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say
I
Cavs
know.
Thunder.
You know
I
how
seen
I
that
do
about
it.
conflict.
You know how I get down.
Yeah, I
Cavs
seen it.
Thunder. I guarantee it.
Oh, then who's coming out the West, though?
I don't know who's coming out
Thunder.
the West. The West is wide open.
Thunder. All the Thunder got to do is
I
get
like-
over the Timberwolves.
I would say either Minnesota or Thunder.
Denver's
Or
Denver's
Oklahoma
gonna
City.
be there.
No, they ain't got it.
Denver
They ain't
gonna
got it
be
this
there.
year. It's, if the Thunder
I
if
hope
the
the
Thunder
Clippers
can
beat
take
Denver.
care of Minnesota
I do too.
in
Who you?
5 or 6, they gonna win.
I like
the West.
Jokic, but
So
I
you
can't
got
stand
Thunder,
Denver.
Cleveland.
The only team that can mess with the Thunder right now is the Timberwolves. They just
Yeah.
got that.
And that's
they
what
got
I
that
just see
spark.
coming out the West right now.
Timberwolves.
They got the spark.
Who
I'd
you-
like to
so
see
you
They got
going-
they got a lot of
And-
dogs. They
and
got
hooping,
dogs on
bro.
that team. They got a lot of
And
dogs.
hooping. He leading that team. He done beat Jokic. I mean,
KD.
KD, Bron.
Well, he gonna have to
Luka.
deal with
Bro,
Jokic.
how about, I don't want to change it, but how about Nas Reed, bro? He could not
Money.
miss. That he
And
was
his
9
shot,
for
he
9.
throwing
and
bombs
Yeah,
up
the
there
chicken.
too.
Somebody-
Yeah.
They left him wide open.
Somebody said, "How do you guys? How can the Lakers guard Nas Reed?" Somebody said, "Well, for one, they can guard him."
And every
They
time he's
guard
just
him.
wide open, top of the 3, top of the key, and it's just, goes in. And they're
He
shocked.
got that
And they
high
did.
archer that
And
just
it's
kill you. Wow. Like that.
And I blame LeBron because they did that same shit against
Yep.
Golden State in 2016. That's why Draymond Green scored 32 points and 7 for 10 from 3 because he was wide open at the top of the
Yeah,
key.
Draymond was.
Whatever.
My guy LeBron about 40, man.
Man, I don't
Yeah.
give a damn.
Listen, you
The
gonna
way
see.
that the way that they allow him to orchestrate the offense and defense,
Yeah.
you leave shooters wide open. So
Jones is a LeBron guy.
You
so
got
don't get me
guys.
wrong.
You got guys that they can shoot. They big men that can shoot, but they just like what happened. They just catch fire, and now you putting out a fire you didn't expect to happen because now you just want to.
I just think
My adjustment was to just leave him open.
I think the mindset with that is make somebody other than Anthony Edwards beat
Make
you.
somebody, but
Yeah, sure.
it bites you in the ass
Yeah.
I know.
when those shots fall.
Well, they was double teaming him as soon as he got the ball past half court, right? I mean,
Yeah, they were
I was
trying.
getting worried. Like even in the 2016 finals, like I said, Draymond Green was 7 for 10 from 3,
No one-
all top of the key 3.
No one talks
Wide
about it, but Draymond Green was like 15 seconds from a Finals MVP. You know, like no one ever like he said it one time on his podcast,
Yeah.
but he was 15 seconds from a
Listen,
Finals MVP.
We got a D-line coach on the staff this year, Chris Spurl. I got to get him on here. He's a podcast guy too. He'll get on here. He's a Draymond guy. He'll tell you he was the glue to all those state champions or all state champions. You know what I'm used to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm used to talking about state championships.
So we talk about LeBron losing championships.
Oh, here we go.
What's your record in the
Man.
state finals?
Man.
Let's talk about Masters' record when it matters. Man.
Now listen, I know the last one I was in.
Let's talk about Masters' record
The
when it
last
matters.
one I was in, I lit a cigar on that field. The last one I was
What's the record though?
Yeah, nah,
In the last 7 years, what's Masters' record when it mattered?
I'm more worried
One
about
and
it. I'm
1 and 4, right?
I'm talking
1 and
about
3,
the
No,
next
it was
seven.
worse than that.
I'm
1 and
talking about
5?
the next 7.
1 and 6.
Or actually, I think it's
Which
1-5.
no.
I
He's saying you
I
guys.
lost
many
3
state-
in a row.
Yeah.
So how
yeah,
many
he
state
is.
finals have Madison been in since 2015?
We're gonna have to get since 2015 3. We lost 3 in a
Well,
row.
4 counting the one you guys won.
Okay, yeah.
So you guys,
Unless you want to forget about
1
that.
and 3.
Correct.
They were in 3 because you guys are in 2005.
Hey, listen, man. We was 0 and 53. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
We
certainly.
was 0 and 53. I'm gonna take it.
So where did this title town come from? If it's
Nah, don't do that.
No, we gonna do it. He's asking the right question. No,
I'm gonna let the
JP's regretting doing it now.
See the Bulldogs officially taking over.
that dog out.
He's gonna be like, you know what, fellas, I think I'm done.
Yeah, right. And cut.
A letter of resignation, like I think I did, man.
Yeah, the hour's up.
Well,
What time
hold on.
is it?
So I got
The
a
hour's
serious
up.
question, and I've been wanting to ask this, and I should ask. No. This is totally nothing really with
He got
football.
all his boys
Where
here,
does
I'm gonna ask.
and where the hell does Washington High School come from? Where does that come from?
Good ass question.
So the reason why, I can tell you, McKinley's named after William McKinley's
McKinley.
sister, but it's his sister. Truly, remember learning that?
Yes.
It's actually named after his sister. That's why it's not William McKinley High School.
So
where is Washington?
Leonard Washington. If you've ever watched the Dave Chappelle skit, it was back in the 70s. Leonard Washington. That's what it's named after.
Why
Washington.
do I feel like this is a joke?
Washington.
I feel like it is too.
I know, I
Leonard
can't.
Washington.
As soon as he said Dave
Snake eyes
Chappelle.
11 times in a row. Shot snake eyes 11 times in a row. No,
That's all right. I'll Google it.
I'm
Keep
assuming it's George Washington.
talking.
But Leonard Washington
He says I'm assuming.
but the Leonard Washington sounded like a way better story.
no, it did, and I was stuck for a little bit because I heard of
Hey, you know when it's gonna kill you
Why?
is when you Google this dice game that Leonard Washington was in.
He
You
lost
gonna
to
be dying.
Ashley Larry.
Yeah, Ashley Larry was in that. He wrote 11 snake eyes in a row.
My
that
haters
night.
have arrived, or whatever.
Silky Johnson.
Silky Johnson.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all boys is the Washington Tigers.
Washington.
Where y'all get Maslin from?
Where's Chat G?
I mean, it's the city. Maslin, Perry, Maslin.
But y'all the
Jackson.
Washington Tigers.
Well, I mean, now it's just above my pay grade. I'm assuming we was just paying homage to George Washington. He
But
led
y'all
the troops
messing
across
it
the
up
Delaware.
for Perry and Jackson because they call him Maslin Perry, Maslin Jackson, and they hate it.
Well, so Washington,
Y'all
he,
even-
he was famous for fixing the musket going across the lake. That's how when we go week 10 over the faucet, we'll fix the muskets across the Delaware.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're going. That's a
I
history
have
lesson.
no
That's
idea.
real history.
I thought it was George Washington Carver.
Peanut butter guy. Yeah.
My strong suit in school was math.
Okay, gotcha.
Know nothing about history,
Right.
especially not anything dealing with.
So you can add up those last
Oh.
9 victory bells.
Yeah,
You figure it out. Did
It
he give
did
you
not-
anything?
I
did
can't
not
find it
compute.
anywhere, so
Tommy's thing over there.
I'm asking
smoking,
Chat
trying to
GBT, and we're gonna see what it says.
I'm assuming it's Washington because I think there was even chat about dropping that.
What was it, like Maslin's
Which
first
y'all-
mayor or something,
just-
or
which y'all just
you know what I
gonna
mean,
be
like
with
Master
something like
Tigers?
that?
Yeah, I mean,
the Washington Tigers are
I
taking
guess
on the
it's
McKinley
distinguished
Bulldogs.
between Master
Okay.
Jackson,
I got an
Master
answer.
Perry,
What was the
Master.
answer?
So, I'm Chat GBT, so hopefully it's right. Maslin,
First of all, was it Leonard Washington? Well, it's not Leonard Washington,
Well,
right?
read the extra.
It wasn't Leonard Washington.
Maslin Washington High School in Maslin, Ohio, was named to honor George Washington, the first president of the United States. The Maslin Board of Education officially designated the name on April 25th, 1913. So hopefully that's
history
not
for you.
wrong.
That's some history.
So
for you.
yeah, there's some.
Shout out
I
General.
wanted to know.
Shout out General Washington. Shout out General Washington.
Shout out the man on the dollar bill.
Shout out General Washington.
It never gets better than the $1 bill.
Right. Yeah. Shout
That's
out
why y'all
Washington.
number one, huh?
Man, that's it.
First
See,
president.
that's where it's at. That's where it's
Oh,
number
God.
one. So that's where it comes from. The fact that he was one,
According
number
to
one.
Google, ChatGPT or whatever.
It took y'all. It said 1913. Took y'all 110 years to become number one, huh?
I think General Washington knew Paul Brown personally. They had a friendship. They had a friendship.
That's cap. But we gonna let you.
He said that's cap.
We gonna let you eat.
Google that one.
We learned something today.
Right.
We learned something today. I keep
The more you know.
Man, what do we miss? I know we're missing stuff.
What was McKinley's rival in hoop? Like, who'd you guys bang against? Like, who was a big one when you came up?
Besides you guys?
'Cause I'm trying to think who was good back. Like, was Buchtel? Because I had a couple years in school and Buchtel
We didn't
was
really
good.
play against Buchtel. We played St. V a lot.
St. V.
Jackson and Glen Oak, probably, I would say.
I would say
in my
Jackson.
opinion.
Hey, you know what you ought to get a clip of is you talking about St. V's. They came to Massillon when LeBron and them was a sophomore, and it wasn't pretty for the Tigers that night.
I bet that's what Staley be talking about.
Yeah. And Drew Joyce was there. Romeo
Yeah.
Travis was on that squad, and I mean they took the opening tip off and threw a half court oop. And you know my man Craven, that's one of my best friends growing up. Sean Craven, 6'6", All American linebacker. My man leapfrogged him to catch the oop. And we knew it was different. That day.
McKinley almost beat them.
Yeah, they say about almost.
It was when LeBron got suspended.
Yeah,
And
he got his
McKinley
Hummer.
almost beat him.
But that was young though.
Yeah, that was
young.
the state title team, but they were young.
Hummer buzzing
Yeah.
around town.
Yep.
What LeBron gets suspended for?
Had that Hummer.
That was the
No,
Hummer
he got
situation.
the jersey.
So like,
He
if
got-
you
oh,
remember
yeah,
the
signing the jersey.
More Than a
Jersey,
Game documentary,
Oh, yeah.
they talk about McKinley. That
That's
They
got
happened to
their
be
own-
because
in both movies.
because you guys always played him at the end of the year, so he
Yeah,
got
last game of the
suspended.
season,
The
yeah.
last couple games.
damn.
Yeah.
We'd
Yeah.
have been wrong. We did that.
Imagine if they would have taken out his national championship because he didn't play.
And y'all just couldn't get it done.
But you guys beat
Cut the
St. V's
mustard.
though,
I
couple times?
split with
You
him.
split,
I
okay.
was like 2-2.
because I know junior year you guys beat him.
Yeah.
Because you guys, and I don't want to, we jump wherever, but so that junior year we talking about with Timken,
Yeah.
you guys, I think, what was it, 5-7, if I remember right?
Yeah.
They started out like 5-7. They had a come into Jesus team meeting moment. And,
We'll talk about that. What was the
yeah.
shift that? Did you remember that, or has it been too many moons ago?
if you don't want to say, if you don't want to say, you don't have to say. We'll tell them after.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll tell the story.
Say it, okay.
He will blame it on me. He was pretty much like, we losing. Scamp, you the point guard. Lead. I was like, you take all the shots.
Well, but him and
But
both Devontae's didn't get along either. I remember hearing that.
No, as far as a team,
The team
I feel
got better.
I feel like we just.
You guys came together.
It wasn't. I don't really feel like it was about us. I feel like it was about other stuff that was going on.
So versus
That's fair.
what was wrong, what did you guys do to right shit? Like what was the
We just kind of blocked everybody out and was like, it's just us. You know
focus
what I
on
mean?
what matters?
Like we had a players only meeting. It was just the players, and then we let Bobo and G in there, and they kind of like conducted the meeting afterwards.
Yeah.
Second meeting, and we was just like, all right, we all we got. We just gonna band together, and we gonna
Everybody get on the same
get on the
page,
same
roll
page.
together.
Yeah, we just started gelling.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of weird. So
Oh,
it was kind
Gotcha.
of crazy.
I'm always trying to tap into some victory tactics now.
Yeah, like, it was weird because we had lost to Perry, and my mom had called me into her room and was like, "Yeah, God said y'all not gonna lose no more." And I was like, "Huh?" She was like, "Yeah, God said y'all not gonna lose no more." I was like, "All right." She was like, "But you got to lead," and then from that point on, we had
Different
totally different team.
Yeah.
We played Massillon the next day and beat them by 30.
Yeah,
That was with Bobby Conley
legit.
and Kadesh Harper and all those
Okay,
guys.
yeah.
Bobby broke his wrist though. I don't think Bobby played.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah.
But your guys' streak started with Massillon.
started with Massillon, yep.
Because I think they started 5-7, won 11 in a row or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
They should have made
Lost
state
17.
semis. I mean, they were that
we
close.
did. We lost
You
we lost
guys-
in the Elite 8 to Karis LeVert and Jason Tate.
Yeah, they
Where was
lost.
Carius LeVert? Where
Pickering,
he
Central.
I
yep.
never put that together. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yep.
Him and Jason Tate.
Yeah.
And they had Taco Charlton.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, all
yeah.
on the same team. Yeah.
So when you went through Perry was pretty good then? Is that what you said? You guys lost to Perry?
We lost to Perry. We beat him the second time around. We beat everybody the second time around.
Okay, gotcha.
So we split with everybody. We ended
Did
up
moms ever tell you like where that came from? Why she felt like?
Well, my mom was a minister.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I
my
mean,
mom's
like,
a minister.
did she elaborate, or she just said
Nah,
she
I
just got
just-
this message?
she just
y'all
knew.
losing
Yeah.
no more,
She like, y'all not gonna lose no more.
but you got to lead.
Because you gotta lead. We won about 15 games straight.
Gotcha.
Scamp was a
Yeah.
true point guard because they're very rare anymore.
Did you approach something different when it was time to lead? Did you consciously make?
I think I was a little bit more vocal because I'm not a vocal guy, honestly. I kind of like lead by example.
Sure.
At least try to anyway. But I was a little bit more vocal. And I was like, everything is on me anyway at this point.
And he started busting a little bit more ass than that.
Yeah.
My teammates was putting it on me, you know what I mean? And then Marcus Parker, who in my opinion is like the greatest point guard in McKinley history,
What was the name again?
Marcus Parker.
Okay.
He came back and he was like, "Bro, this is your team." Like, he was like coaching me up and stuff like that, and I just kind of believed it.
Yeah. And the teammates followed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it didn't hurt that my shooting guard led the county in.
That helped.
Yeah, you guys had a good
what I
team.
mean?
No,
D Will averaged
joke.
like 26, so like.
Were you around for any of the Glen Oak years when was it Lillard came through there? Who came through?
no, you mean
Or-
McCollum.
So that
McCollum,
was
yeah. What am I saying?
McCollum and Costa Kufus.
Yeah.
So those were actually like they lived like down the street from me because I was a
Okay.
Plain Township kid.
Okay.
But
Nah, don't do that.
nah.
Because
You know what
I'm
they
a-
say
I'm a
about
McKinley
throwing
kid.
stones when you live in a glass house now.
the difference is the difference
Y'all borrowed a quarterback. I'm not trying to hear that.
Hold on.
Don't do that.
The difference is my mom taught in Canton City, so I was allowed to go to wherever I wanted to go.
Okay, but I just wrote down the Plain Township.
They literally
Maslin
live.
Boys Club.
They
Maslin
literally
Cena
live
Braddock
like
here.
across the street.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
You know,
So
they're
go
not-
ahead. I mean, I thought I.
no, you're good. Do your thing. I got here last time.
Plain
Yeah.
Township there, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean I lived in Plain, yeah.
You're right.
But no, he graduated when I was going into the ninth grade. So
Okay.
he was going to Lehigh, and we were coming in.
Yeah, gotcha. Because they kind of came out of nowhere this year and made a run, Perry. Didn't they? Remember we talked about that in the last pod?
Yeah,
Out of nowhere.
out of nowhere. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That is probably one of the, like we were talking about you guys being 5 and 7. I mean, I can't remember what they were now,
But we were,
It was
9 and
something
10.
like
Or
that.
no, they
where
started the
yeah.
playoffs 9 and 10.
but I mean we were big though. We were like one of the biggest teams in the state. 6'8", 6'6".
Yeah.
Yeah,
6'4".
that helps,
We
yeah.
were just athletic. You know what I mean? Like I
5
just
7.
yeah.
Who did you guys?
one.
Who did you lose to that year? Who was it?
Pick Central.
Big Central.
And
With 3 professional athletes.
Were you? Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Close game. I mean, was
Yeah,
it?
close game.
Yep.
We was up until Tyler Foster got hurt.
Yes.
You know, greatest
Foster
quarterback in McKinley history.
gets hurt.
Nah,
Mike Mills
yeah.
fouls out, I think, too.
Endorsement
Right?
there.
Come on.
He ain't wrong.
Yeah.
Greatest
okay.
quarterback in McKinley history.
Okay.
Yeah.
If not top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's,
Nah,
Man,
he's
he's
the
made,
GOAT
he's made a
combo.
guarantee
Number one.
tonight.
Well, it's hard
He
to
gave
put
us
him
the
up with
top
McDaniels.
QB
That's the
in
only thing I
McKinley
was thinking.
history.
He broke every
Well, as
record.
far as
He
athleticism.
broke every record that Ben had except for one, and he only played quarterback for 1 year.
It's the passing, yeah. Yeah, true. He did only
He only
start
played-
for
he
1
only
year.
played for 1 year.
Yeah,
Okay.
very true. That's very. I didn't think about that way. Yeah.
What year are we talking?
2012, that year that they stole that bill from Maslin.
Oh,
Well, they didn't steal it. We already
he
had it.
scored the last 9
But
that's
seconds.
the last time there's been a layer of red on that bill.
That's
there's
the
been a
time
layer of
before the
red on
last
that
time.
bill.
The
Like,
time
man,
before the time.
Yeah.
They said your guys' paintbrushes got cobwebs on them over there in Canton.
No, that's a fact.
Well, I told somebody just
Can
last
we please
week-
get it back, please?
Yes.
Don't do nothing
Please.
crazy now. And they know better than that.
Well,
It's
'cause I
safe
think
and sound.
you think I don't know. I always think, do people watch? Of that. Somebody recognized me and him at the basketball game right away. So not you guys, but
Well, if you
our
guys
generation.
ever one time, we can go to the high school. I'll show it to you if you haven't seen it. Well, I'll be glad.
I don't want
to
to see it like that.
I don't want to see it.
It's like seeing a dead body.
It's like when the way that I would look at it,
Like that,
it's
yeah.
like a dog trying to see color.
Right.
And I just won't be able to see it because it
just
won't
some
be
numbers
heard.
and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of. I would see everything around it,
Right.
but it would be missing on my.
I get it, and you do have to have a good imagination at this point to be able
know
to
it.
see
I
I
all
can't remember what
that
it
red.
sounds like.
Man.
I'll tell you that.
I know what it looked like.
Perfect tune right now.
Perfect.
Tuning fork on that.
I
Yeah,
think
you're
all-
tuning in for us.
I think all this stuff happened. Never mind. I'm gonna say.
All right, that's
It's
fine.
the new,
Don't matter.
I think it's the new stadium.
Oh, that's you're allowed to say that. I've had I'm 50-50 on that.
What are we
curse.
talking about?
Just the idea of the new
it's a
stadium.
curse.
I think it's.
Well, it's that. What's the saying? There's no place like home, but is it home? There's no home.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't borrow your crib.
Wait, what?
But didn't it always when I was young? I feel like Walsh, when they had a program, would use it.
Yeah.
Man, but it wasn't.
Glen
Yeah,
Oak used it in the early
Glen Oak,
2000s.
Yeah, but
Timken.
it felt
Shout
like
out
it was-
Timken.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It felt like it was actually ours. Like people knew.
Yeah.
It felt like McKinley
Fawcett
hosted.
Stadium was
Stadium.
McKinley
Yeah,
Stadium.
it's
Yeah,
Fawcett
yeah,
Stadium
yeah.
just had
And
that.
like Fawcett is named after somebody from Canton. You know
So
what
that
I
was
mean?
going to
Like,
ask after the Washington trivia disaster. What is that? Fawcett? What was that? What's the story?
Fawcett
John
is like
A.
a last,
Fawcett?
yeah, his last name.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never knew
I
that.
forget who he was, to be honest with you, but
I don't know who he was.
But I know his
either,
name was
but
John Fawcett.
He had streaks in Canton and everything. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
them changing the name to Fawcett, I feel like
Because the Turk is named after equipment manager, right? I think. Or was he a coach?
I think it was a coach. Played in McKinley.
Okay.
So what
Heard of Turk?
what exactly, like, you know, and this might sound crazy, but like what switched with McKinley? Because I know what I hear or whatever, but when it went from like Fawcett, did the NFL not always own it as the Hall of Fame, or talk to a naive Massillon guy here?
Well, the Hall of Fame is a separate entity from the NFL. That's where you have to start. People don't realize that. Like, the NFL actually does not
Say it
own
again, the Hall of Fame is a separate entity. Okay.
The NFL doesn't own the Hall of Fame.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So that's what I know. From what I understand, I do believe the Hall of Fame owns the stadium.
Well, did it
But
not
Canton
when it
City
was
owns-
Fawcett?
I don't know. I don't want to be wrong.
I got you.
But I know Canton City owns the land, so that's the big thing. You know, Massive people love to get on. But Canton City does own the land. I know that
Okay.
because they lease the stadium while leasing the. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. I was just curious
But-
if there was a shift there.
But he was just saying. But it, just like you said too, it's all about. There's no place like home.
there's no atmosphere. yeah.
Fawcett just.
it was different.
And we can't even get enough fans into
You
the
have to
stadium
fill it to make it-
to fill that stadium.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, like, people tell me that Fawcett was bigger, like seating wise,
yeah.
capacity wise, than Tom Benson. And it's kind of hard to just see because
yes.
I'm like, I've never seen this thing filled
Yeah.
up. Like, maybe the
I
state
seen
championship
Listen,
game.
I seen that baby filled
Yeah,
up
that was-
multiple
Me and
times.
That
Tommy,
was full.
me and Tommy definitely.
And they
So
have the-
even when we play you guys over there,
It was
not-
close.
it's
The-
not-
it's
it's not
full,
full.
there's a good crowd, but it's not
It's
a sellout.
It's not
The
like
only
the
year-
stadium.
2019 was the only year that it was almost sold out.
Yeah.
They announced the crowd at 22,000 or something, and that was.
But
the
you
last time
remember
I walked.
back in the day, that was a sellout game.
Every game.
Sure. More or less.
2019, we almost
And
won.
I kind of feel like tradition is gone. Like with the stadium, when we were kids, our whole football team, the Jags, the Falcons,
Yep.
all the little league teams, we would go to the game, watch McKinley play, or we would be all on the hill playing rough and tumble.
I remember you
Yeah,
guys
like
used to
it's
sit in the
same-
one
same
corner.
stuff, man.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, so it's like.
So are they
tradition
not doing
lost.
that anymore? They have the youth.
I mean,
doing
the
that,
youth still go to the games and stuff, but it ain't
It's
even the
not like
same.
how
When it looked like when you got this huge stadium, and if we put everybody that go to McKinley games on a regular in a regular stadium like Holden Stadium,
It's gonna look good.
It's gonna look good.
Yeah.
But we don't feel that stadium for like how we used to feel
Sure.
Fawcett.
Yeah.
And I guess, with it being curved and, Fawcett
Yeah.
was just a big ass 4 blocks on each side, it just
Even when
and,
we
and with the upper deck, like they don't feel the stadium like
Yeah.
it's
And
supposed
it don't feel like a high school stadium.
It does.
yeah, it
to. It
doesn't.
feels borrowed.
If we had started day one in there filling it up, it'd be a different
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
But
'Cause then it's
they
a
had a
tradition
good
to
crowd.
fill it up.
There's a lot of games that they've had good crowds that weren't you guys. But there's just this problem of people not showing up.
Yeah.
And then I remember when when things were going down years ago, Facebook was going nuts. And I remember there was a McKinley coach who had mentioned all these comments on Facebook, you think there'd be 10,000 people at all our games. All these
Okay,
people
yeah.
that comment from their couch and comment from home and
Buy
they don't go to games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they-
one thing I can say about
honestly,
Madison
the
fans,
support for
Yes.
McKinley, the Bulldogs, is a double-edged sword because you got to win in order for more people to show up.
Yep.
Because
And
they're not going to show up if you're playing somebody they know they should beat.
Yeah,
And-
that's
and-
the problem.
And there's been years like going into week 9 where you guys have had momentum, and then you take the L week 9, and it
Yep.
takes all the shine off. Not
Yeah,
knowing
and
what you say.
nobody comes to the game.
Yep.
We got first round. We got first round home game.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we lost to Perry. Well, what's next week going to look like? Yeah.
And
it's
listen,
like-
it's easy to support a winner. If McKinley goes and wins the state championship and rattles off 9, but all that good stuff, there's probably going to be people going. Just like
yeah.
vice versa. Let us have a couple down
yeah,
here if they're going to stay on.
the field house fills. I mean,
I don't know though. Massillon got some pretty good, decent.
Yeah,
fans.
no,
Well,
we do
that-
got, we got our
You guys
crew
stay to
that's
the
gonna
end.
go no
Bro,
matter
Yeah.
what.
bro,
Yeah, for
they
sure.
packed that fucking stadium.
We talk about it every
2
time.
years ago.
Oh, against Valdosta?
No,
No,
I'm talking
that
about
too.
against the
That
state
too.
title.
Oh,
But yeah.
They
I'm talking about that
packed
Valdosta
that
game.
stadium.
It
I'm
was
like,
wild.
dog.
That's one of my favorite
It's
games
more
I've ever
people
been
here
to.
than
No doubt.
than a Hall of Fame
I
game.
feel like I was in the shoe.
Yeah, when that,
You ain't seen
that
no
first touchdown they
seats.
got in before halftime, I was like, oh, this is a game.
Where are you talking about?
Valdosta, whatever. Yeah, like
yeah.
with you guys, because you guys were down 14-0. I mean, that's we talk about all the time. That's one of our, or that is our most watched
Yeah.
video. But just that game itself, man, you guys were down 14-0. That first touchdown, getting in on 4th and goal from the inch line. That crowd, I mean, it just
Yeah.
It sounded like this,
Yeah.
the shoe, the horseshoe in there.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yep.
oh,
And you know,
man.
these people from Georgia are like, oh shit.
But again, like we talked about, to me, I was coaching that game. I'm coaching the D line in that
Yeah.
game. It's just me and the 3 cats and coach.
You don't
I
feel
don't
it,
hear
yeah.
none of that.
I get
hear
it.
none of
Yeah.
that. Or like same thing hooping. You,
Yeah.
Whether you're in France or the boys club, it's
Yeah.
the same. It's
Same
the same
thing.
box. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure.
Yep.
And I think I can give you some breaking news here.
Defensive coordinator. Yeah, go ahead. Tell us,
Speaking about
JP.
Dostin, my man Jeff Kent, don't
Yeah.
know you yet.
Gotta coach
Ain't
him.
met you yet. Had a
What?
couple,
Yes.
had a couple calls with him on the phone, but haven't met him in person yet. No,
No, dude, lost.
You hear Plain Township guy. You hear Plain Township guy talking about the R word. over
He's like,
there.
oh man, screw Georgia.
No,
Was he
Coach-
on staff though when you guys beat him?
You know what? I don't want to misspeak on his.
That's
on
fair.
his-
Yeah, that's
on
fair.
All that good stuff.
I just think that's so funny. Like,
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
He's got a heck of a coaching resume in
Yeah.
Georgia, both at Valdosta, and there was another school, and I can't remember which one he went to first, but he's had a lot of success in Georgia, and him and his wife are moving up here, and teachers, all that good stuff. So I haven't met him in person yet. But remember the old Foghorn Leghorn cartoons? That's how them cats from Georgia. We had Trox there a couple years ago that's from Georgia. And we have them cats on the podcast. You got subtitles at the bottom. You know what they're talking about. You sitting there looking at him like, you don't know what language you speaking, but it's funny. Like everybody laughing because just how they act. But yeah, so he'll be up here in June and do some stuff different that the Bulldogs ain't never going to expect.
Them boys always denying the recruiting.
Oh, don't do
The recruiting allegations.
Well, you can't recruit a coach though. I mean, that's probably
You
totally
can
legal.
definitely recruit coaches.
Oh, really? But I mean, like, that's probably legal, isn't it?
You can definitely recruit. You can
Hey,
recruit anybody.
You know what the saying is on the billboard when you pull in? It's always sunny in Massillon. Come on in that indoor. A rainy day, come on in. We'll
You
brighten
can
your day
definitely
up.
recruit anybody.
Come on in.
We got open enrollment now.
Yeah,
Man,
and we've been.
hallelujah.
Is that a new thing? Did we talk about that last
Yeah,
time?
we
Or is that
talked.
new
I
since
remember.
then?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we
So
did?
what's your thought on that? He said hallelujah. He was quick to celebrate that. What
Hallelujah.
you think? Is that a game changer?
Can't beat them, join them. Shit.
I Jones said the words I'm
Y'all-
about.
But you know what you got to
Man,
do.
what high school did
I'm a firm believer that anybody should just go anywhere. I mean, I hate to say.
honestly.
I mean,
The
as
thing
much
is-
as I like to give
the
shit,
thing is, at this point with us, if you're not all the way in, you're not gonna. You're not
doesn't
gonna
matter
survive.
anyways.
It doesn't
I believe it.
matter. So like,
Yep.
it doesn't matter where you're from. You have to do X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
what
you
you're willing to do.
You
Yeah.
get enough players, somebody gonna be good. Goddamn.
I mean,
That's it.
well, and
My thing
It's
is,
the law of
I
averages.
think if you could get the guys that are there to buy in and
That's the
get
key.
a little bit of help from some other guys that are going to buy in, I feel like everything will work out.
Yeah.
what's NIL look like if it ever gets passed for high school? That's what I was
In-
thinking.
in
Like
Ohio-
NIL negates any recruiting. You know what I mean? Like any illegal recruiting, right?
I mean, I don't
Kind
know.
of.
It's a
Yeah,
complicated
because it
deal
becomes
there.
a contract thing.
I don't think it'll ever get passed.
I don't think so either. But we
I don't
I
think
said
it
that
should.
about a lot of
'cause
other
it-
stuff
all
too.
these prima donnas that we got on our team now, it's gonna make it 10 times worse.
I mean, just being on the other side of the coin, though, if you're a 12-year-old and you play the violin real good and you go sell out a hall, they're going to pay you.
Yep.
I don't say that it's right, wrong, whatever, but like, where do you draw? Why can't he? But
It's-
not he? You
it's
know
interesting.
What I mean? Because I'm all for. I wish they had a little bit more of that when I was coming up. Too,
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Why wouldn't you?
But they, you know how it go. They did. It was just in different forms. You know.
Well, and we talked about the LeBron
Steak
Hummer.
dinners and
Yeah,
you know,
or making
the-
sure your feet look good. However it goes. You know what I
nice
mean?
little
But,
chains, sneaks and stuff.
yeah, but you know, I'm all for it. If somebody's willing to pay you for something,
That you get at.
you know, I don't know. That's how I've always. But
Well, I mean-
but also you got to regulate it. But how? That's the issue. Is how do you keep it the spirit of the rule and all that good
Yep.
stuff. Because now guys can stay in college and make more bread than they do. Like Shador, all
rookie
jokes
year,
aside,
yeah.
was he making more in,
Yeah, he made
in
more in college
Colorado
than
than
he
he's
is
going to
right
make as
now,
a fifth-round pick?
Yeah.
I mean,
More when you add up endorsements for sure. I mean, no doubt.
so I don't know if it comes to high school or how they regulate that, but because on one hand you lose your amateur status the day you take $1, right? I mean, so.
But I mean, do you? Because if you still get to play, like high school?
I don't know how that goes.
You know what I mean? Like the kid, so the top kids in the country right now who do have like Adidas deals and Nike deals already in high school, like
In high school, okay,
Yeah,
so it's
they're
already in
still-
Like them
high school.
IMG dudes.
yeah, it's
out of
already in high school. It's just
Yeah.
not in Ohio. Like
Ohio.
Darren was the first high school player to sign with Adidas.
Who's that?
Darren
Peterson.
Peterson.
Okay,
Dude
yeah,
from
yeah.
Canton that
Yeah.
did go to
Okay.
McKinley, unfortunately. But
Well, no NIL deal.
I don't blame him.
You know what I
But I'm
mean?
just
Boy,
saying.
when they go make that
I gotta
chicken.
go make that
Yeah.
money.
Oh, so he went where?
He's the best high school player in the
So
country.
where'd he go?
He ended up going to Huntington Prep, and then he transferred from Huntington Prep to Prolific.
And he could accept an NIL deal there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And both
So
of
it's
them.
already in high school
It's
football.
already in
and it's
high school.
already
Just
affecting
not in
high school
Ohio.
football.
Yeah.
It's not in Ohio.
Well, it's already affecting Ohio apparently.
Sure,
'cause we're
yes.
losing
Yeah,
players
we're
to
losing
the
players.
States.
Boys
Yes.
coming up.
And they came and played at the field house against St. V's. That's what I'm like, man,
So,
this dude
so
could
the
play
answer
here.
to your question though, if other states are going to do it, like eventually Ohio's
We're
not
gonna
just
be
gonna
behind.
keep losing.
Yep.
Yeah, same
You
thing.
know,
with-
Their best players are going to keep going.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, we'll see. That's interesting. I didn't even realize it was to that extent in high school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he signed a nice deal with Adidas.
When they going to start giving coaches NIL deals?
I'm surprised
I'll
you
take
guys
one.
don't already have
I'm
one.
surprised you guys don't got a deal already.
Do you like so? This is you can tell me not at, but I'm just curious. Do you guys ever get bonuses like oh man, we held this? You know,
Listen, man.
I don't know. I'm just curious. Like
The satisfaction I get of just seeing the joy in the hearts of those kids is all the bonus I need.
I don't know. I mean, I was just curious.
Believe
Like
that
hold
one,
opponents
Jones?
under 21 points.
What you
average.
think that's about that?
No,
That's
no.
like Silky Washington
It-
being
it-
named after Ohio.
It mean, you know, it do mean a lot, but that satisfaction don't come until you see what they grow into.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For
But
sure.
And don't
and-
nothing talk like money.
But it's
Then-
cool. Like we took a pic last week with like Marcus Moore, Chase Bond, Mike Wright, 3 guys that I had as high school players, and
Yeah.
now to see them being like
College athletes.
impact players on their college, like all 3 of them should be starters from
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Big Ten and ACC. Like to
And
see that.
Pringle.
Pringle, look.
Pringle
we
starting
went-
linebacker.
I don't
He
think
got the number 1 spot.
Yeah, we went to BG. Did we talk? I don't think you wasn't there though.
Wasn't there.
We took a coaches retreat.
Okay.
And we went out, stayed in Finley at a B&B, went to Toledo one day, went to BG the next. And we went out there and watched. Eddie George is the coach at BG now.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know it was Eddie George, you wouldn't think that's a running back. Dude is a monster.
Yeah.
Well, he every bit of 6'4", hands is crazy. And I'm a big cat too, but you know what I mean? He swallowed
George
my
is
hand.
big.
I'm like, dang.
Eddie George is a big dude for real.
But
I know, I
Pringle,
saw him last year.
Pringle was out there practicing, and he looked like the best player on the field on the defense. You know, what I mean, he looked really good, and then we got a bunch of guys at Toledo. Wilson Lamb, I didn't even know he ended up at Toledo. Remember him?
He was at West Virginia.
He was at West Virginia. Then he went to ECU, started, and now he's Toledo's. Looked like their best corner.
Okay.
Tyler Hackenbrag, he looked the part of safety. He's a freshman down there, and then Terrence Moore's starting center. He graduated. I coached him at Massillon, and Toledo was loaded up.
Where did DeJuan go?
Slippery Rock,
Oh no kidding.
Slippery
That's where
Rock.
Glover ended up.
And I'm gonna give you a heads up. Speaking of DeJuan, he got a little brother. You gonna get to know him.
I've heard this before.
He said you're gonna get to know
You gonna
him.
get to know
I've
him.
heard.
I promise you. I'm gonna leave
He
it
cold?
at that.
He just as cold?
He
He-
good. He
he better?
good.
Black quarterback.
Nah, I can't. He gonna see. He gonna have the ball in his hands.
He's going to see the field.
He gonna have the ball in his
Well,
hands.
make sure he's a Maslin student prior to the season.
He's a great role model in the building. Active with the youth. Heck of a volleyball player
All right,
too.
well, I'm gonna just say like, make sure he starts and finishes his career at Maslin.
He gonna be good to go. He gonna be good to go.
That's all I care about. Because you know
Yeah.
y'all have a tendency.
You hear him?
But they got bro.
Tennessee.
They got a tendency.
He skipped 2 syllables in that the first time you said it.
A nice little tendency. You feel
But
me?
He should be their starting QB. Talking about Dewan at Slippery Rock.
Yeah.
Like he's coming back as the. They had a guy that was actually broke all the records, all that. I think was a senior there as a QB, but he'll step in and he's a ball player. I coached in that North-South game last year in Ohio. My man DeJuan, I don't think he did nothing after that state championship game. I don't think he did a push-up, a sit-up, threw a ball. He showed up at that North-South game, went out there as the best player on the field. He just
natural athlete.
He just that guy, you know what I mean? Like,
So-
he cold.
it was impressive to watch.
I'm trying to ask something without asking something.
Say it.
But so
he
because
do?
I know, I've heard, did he not graduate from Mass?
Who?
DeJuan Owens.
As far as I know, he was a Tiger graduate. I mean, that would
Oh,
be
see, I always heard that
I don't
he-
get into it like
But
that.
of course, you don't know it's
Come on,
true.
JP.
Well, the reason why I'm
You
legitimately
write
asking
more shit
now,
down than
he-
anybody I know.
He had a he had a Tiger helmet on his in the North South game. He had the Obi on the side
okay.
of his helmet.
Well, the
so
reason
I'm assuming
because I always heard rumors that he had gone back to.
no.
Okay.
No,
Well, the reason why I was asking that is because if he goes pro, you guys
y'all
clean
really
him.
do stir it up over there, huh? They reaching now.
but
They reaching now.
I don't know. I'm just.
They
It'd be
reaching
believable,
now.
would it not?
You hear it, and you just don't know. So then you don't ask it.
I got a question. So whatever happened to Obi? Why don't you guys have Obis at the game?
So there, I know there was a PETA issue, I believe, at one point, if that's the proper or something about.
Animal rights.
Now, listen, I'm not gonna get all political
No.
and involved in it
Yeah.
because I don't really know the ins and outs of it, but it was something to do with the treatment of wild animals and all that good stuff. Because there's some really shitty people that get a live tiger and not treat it right or not feed it or give it its space. That tiger that was in Massillon, because there was a tiger here since I was a little kid.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And I remember, you stick your fingers in the thing, you pet him on media day, you get a picture with Obi.
Yeah.
So that tiger
Got a
ate
picture
better
of
than we
Yeah,
ever
steaks
thought
every
about
day.
it. And he sleep
Steaks.
better and he run better. And if you ever met Bob Hollander,
Yeah,
the
yep.
tiger guy, like he's a guy worth digging in on and doing some research. But yeah, ever since I think 2020, they got a 1-day pass. So your guys' game, McKinley game, we had 1 week 10 in the COVID year. And that was like the one normal thing about life that year was
Gotcha.
there was a tiger on the field. And that was the last time. And I think if we saw what the invoice was to make that happen that day, that's why it was a one-time thing. It was one of them deals.
I
you got to
think-
get into the daily permit, live animal, all that good stuff. You know what I mean?
Real, and that's crazy because you guys
Yeah.
just had one for so long.
I think
He
they
had his
got
own
it.
building.
Yeah.
They made him a building. They had a garage for him to live in. He was living better than we are.
Yeah, that's what because I remember the big thing was that they were trying to push like, they don't take care of him. But I know the tiger was supposed to be very well taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
I think what got them was the noise level of the stadium. That I think that's what they had said that the Tigers, you can't because they have really good
During the
hearing.
games, okay.
Uh,
there you
and
go.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
That
I mean-
because you can own it. Remember they had the bear get out one year and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I thought that's what it stemmed from.
You
was
can own
The deal in
the
Zanesville.
dude, the
or-
dude in Zanesville.
Yeah.
Did you guys sell the Tigers to him after?
I don't.
Like after the season
Yeah,
was over? I heard it was.
I think I remember a couple of
Look, don't let him sniff out the controversy. I seen his ears perk up. You seen Detective Jones on the case. Like,
But I don't.
Yeah,
I just always wondered.
figure it
Like,
out.
Yeah.
as far as I knew, it just had something to do with the wild. But he was well.
Yes.
It wasn't nothing. There ain't no conspiracy going on in Tiger Town. Like, here you go. They got Stadium Park out front with all the trees and the grass and everything. And
Oh, but-
we always had the idea of let him roam. Let him have all that. And when the other teams coming in, whatever mascot they got throwing in there with him, that's some intimidation pulling in on that bus. We throw
so
that
y'all
mud
gonna
in
what,
that
fit,
tiger
like y'all
cage.
gonna like glass it off?
No, I'm just all the way coming up with this
Oh,
scenario.
he's just-
Imagine
I'm like,
throwing a
what
fountain
the-
in
glass it
that
off?
tiger's cage like fish rolling the town. Kids
Just
would be
like earlier, it was
terrified.
like, oh yeah, we
Our bulldog
charge
would
an
be
hour. I'm like,
scared
dude,
shitless. Our bulldog don't even walk on his own volition.
You guys still have the bulldog, right?
I was
Still
just
have
thinking
the
that,
dog.
though. We still have the
He get drug
bulldog.
around in a damn.
It's a difference.
plastic
dog.
wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
And the dog is and he deaf. He's deaf.
And it's not even a.
Y'all
Y'all
got to get a new
And it's
dog.
not
Yeah,
even a
the dog is
purebred
deaf.
bulldog. That motherfucker leg long as hell.
They got a Fugazi out there with the
This
emblem
dude
on.
is
I
crazy.
know,
They
I
got a
gotta-
Fugazi
my sensor
bulldog
might
out
be-
there.
My fault. But
No, you just called out the whole. They got a Fugazi bulldog
bro,
out
the dog,
there.
I ain't never seen no. I ain't never seen no
Please stand
bulldog.
by or you.
I ain't never seen no bulldog with legs that long.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check
They
this
got a
mud
pig.
out. Come on, man.
They got a fat ass.
What they got going on?
They got a
out
fat
there?
ass pig.
man.
Bro, that's what it was, bro. I'm like, I look at that. I'm like, that ain't no damn bulldog. That's the first thing I said when I seen him for the first time.
You guys don't know what you got in your cage, and they're worried about our tiger eating. Like, come on,
I'm
man.
like, and then they drag him around in a damn wheelbarrow, like, let the motherfucker walk. But then I seen him walk, and I'm like,
Put him back in the wheelbarrow.
put him
yeah.
back in the wheelbarrow. Man, they died.
Man.
But the old bulldog they had two of them, but they apparently they died. You know what I mean? But it ain't hard to find bulldogs.
Oh yeah. Unrelatedly, and I don't know if I showed you or you got to see. So this dude JP mispronounced Foro's Pizza.
Oh, I saw it.
Bro,
I
like,
saw it.
That was
and
bad.
then in my
I hear
editing,
your little
I missed
snicker.
like
I knew you were getting a kick out of that. You hear Jones's laugh. I knew he couldn't wait to bring that up.
I just thought that was really funny.
What was the total on that? How many times did I say it wrong?
I got you for like 5 or 6, but it was really like 8 or 9 because then I missed some while editing because I miss it.
The best part was he came in there sad because he said it correctly, and then I said it wrong again after he said it right. But I can't switch it up now. I done said it 12
You
times.
gotta lock in now.
Yeah, this would we might have to change the
So how is
size
it
up.
pronounced?
Foro's.
Furrows. And what did he kept saying?
Ferraros,
Ferraros, yeah,
yeah.
Ferraros.
Like
They must have had something in that bakery, and I was like, kid that stuck with me. But I said Ferraros about 12 times on that day.
That's probably why his ass came on. He had to set the record.
Like, hold on, man. This guy
Like subtly, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
Yeah,
subtly, though.
He
I had
might
to-
have did that. Well, they're doing a teacher appreciation day at the middle school. You know, for Foros. I almost did it again. I almost called them Ferraris again. Foros is pulling up because we get to cast your vote on what pizza you want. So they're pulling up next.
Yeah,
week
they
in the middle
doing
school.
some.
didn't get
All
one
the
of them.
teachers get ice cream and shit.
Yeah.
It's some weird.
You didn't get none of that pizza, did you?
I was just thinking that.
We sent one home with Tommy.
Well,
Didn't make it
Yeah,
to
he
you.
didn't send it. He didn't drop it off.
The next time we get together, we'll have to at least get something.
It is pizza.
Yeah, see, look, you see how he's trying to move on. He moving along. We just trying to push that all the way.
I'm just saying.
No, he
ain't
ain't
jumping
way
pizza.
quick out of that
He
one.
didn't drop it off, bro.
He jumped his pizza.
Yeah.
No.
Let's talk
He
about
wasn't
that pizza
with us the
Jones
last
didn't
time.
get.
He ain't drop my pizza off.
No,
No,
they try to make it seem like
I know y'all. JP said that.
They gave
Man,
me
well,
pizza.
moving
You gotta take
along.
what he says with a grain of salt. Like you gotta.
JP be lying.
No.
JP would be
Take
the
the
kind of
stick
dude
notes.
that shows up with the playbook and it's like the fake playbook. Like,
Oh
you know.
yeah. Coach
He's
Klein's
like, oh, I left
playbook.
this here.
Coach Klein's
Coach Klein's
waterboard.
playbook. Yeah,
Man.
that's funny.
Well,
What else you got?
I think that's it.
I know, really. What else?
What else you got for us, man?
Last question.
JP be bullshitting.
Period.
Segue into that segment. We talked about doing a segment like that, but I think he just switched up the words we was gonna go with. But yeah, so training. Like,
Simon says.
that's what we did
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
doing something wild with it. So yeah.
Anything else? What anything else like from take away from your trip? Like, so you said you guys are going to Mexico next. What and then are you still teaching? Are you still coaching? What's going on with that?
Man,
You don't even know.
don't know.
That's allowed to be the
You
answer.
feel like he under that interrogation.
Yeah.
No, I was just asking.
Where was you last Saturday?
he's
What
been
you
giving
at?
his
Put
girls
that light,
assistant
we're gonna
coach
turn it
too.
all the way up on his ass.
Yeah.
I'm
What are you gonna do for the remainder of the year?
Yeah.
Okay,
So that's
gotcha.
what-
Before I had signed, I was the
Yeah.
JV head coach
Okay.
for the girls basketball team.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
This past year?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
So we was
So
in
that's
that
when you
zone
were
1 to 3 before I
saying,
left.
we was talking earlier, Allie got studio
Yeah.
vibes downstairs.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said you guys battled.
Yeah.
Who won that one? Who won that
Uh,
one? Who won that game?
I want to say the
Yeah,
last time we
I wanna say he thinking
played,
hard,
it was Allie. Last time
She got
we
the dub.
played, she got the dub.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was.
But I wasn't the head coach.
Okay.
At that time.
She dodged the bullet.
She dodged the bullet.
Yeah.
No, I'm playing.
Gotcha.
No, they had got us too. And I want to say the year that she had beat us, like they didn't, like her team hadn't won the game.
Right.
They
I
had
think
beat us.
there
It
was a
like-
streak going. There
yeah,
was
it
a
was
streak going
like,
from McKinley.
how did y'all
girls.
lose to them? Like
There was a long streak going.
yeah, it was crazy.
How many years did you coach? Was it just the 1 year?
No,
Little girls?
I came in. What was that? 20? 21. 21. I came 21.
Our studio producers gave you.
Yeah, it was 21. I came 21.
Fact checker in the back. That's
Yeah,
quick.
21.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's that
Shout
Timken
out Asia.
education. That's that Timken education. She gonna keep you guys together.
They the Hoopers. They the book one.
There you go.
See?
That's a good set. That's a good mix there. So is the Globetrotter deal new then? I mean, because obviously
Yeah,
you
so
haven't been able to travel with teaching and coaching.
Yeah. So I signed in early December.
Mm-hmm.
So I put my 2 weeks in.
How's that go? Did they reach out to you or
Yeah.
did you try out?
I had sent my film in a while ago, and then
Yeah, a little, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
You need to put.
that was isolated about
That's what I was
saying.
saying. JP's probably not used to getting this. You're not used to this shit, are you?
What's that?
Where he's just, you know,
Yeah, right
this is
back.
how he's been my
He's
whole
been
life.
waiting he's been waiting to see me for 3 weeks.
Yo, I'm about to say, y'all boy left me out. I'm gonna get my get back tonight.
We were getting together. I
need your
can't.
keys.
I don't know where I'll put them. We're gonna have to find them
Huh?
together.
Well, we got
What?
a lot of square feet. in this
Space and
mother-
opportunity.
There's a lot of square feet in.
yeah, but
Scamp, when do you come back into town?
I come back.
Because you guys are leaving.
I leave on the 12th. I'll get back 26,
Oh, okay, I got you. So you guys, okay.
and then so that's like two weeks, and then I'll be home for a week. Then I leave on the 5th, and then I won't be back.
All right,
Until
I'm finna put you in the hot seat, Scamp.
So June 5th, and then I'll come
Turning
back.
that light up on it.
Yeah, I'm finna put you in the hot seat, Scamp.
All right, so.
For all the guys in the relationships out there,
Oh man.
obviously with all the travel,
Yeah.
Oh,
you know, and
man.
everything, you just got
That's a stern
engaged,
face.
engaged and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
Cut.
What
Did put him on the hot seat.
No, that's okay.
what is it like? What are the keys to success? Being on the road so much, man.
So my fiance is awesome, great. So Asia wakes me up in the morning. So go times, whenever I got to be up early, whatever she's doing, like and a lot of times I'm 3 hours behind. So whatever she's doing, like middle of her day, she'll stop her day, make sure I'm up on time, make sure I got my room together because I'm kind of forgetful. So like she's just great. And then we talk throughout the day, and then after games and stuff, some people go out. I just tend to chill in my room and watch Netflix or play the game or Disney Plus. So you know what I mean, and then be in or night on the phone. So
W man,
full day. You know what I mean?
Shout out to my boy.
Shout out to Asia. She be
Shout
holding
out-
it down. She held it
Shout
down.
out to Asia for holding it down,
I know,
man.
like for a lot of relationships, a lot of women not gonna let you be gone for 3 months at a time, or 3 to 5 months at a time. So, shout out to Asia. Holding it
There
down.
we go.
And Tommy, the real question is that he said that to have him asking, that sounded like a prepared statement. That was
It
genuine off the
was
cuff.
off the dome.
Okay. Yeah, you did.
Gonna get a text later, word for word. Good job.
I set it up so that
I appreciate you though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he's just throwing the lob, man.
that was a veteran response.
You feel me?
I mean, that was a.
He's just throwing the lob.
I knew he was gonna goddamn.
He knew he's coming down with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew I was gonna get.
And the-
I was gonna get that question eventually.
Yeah.
From somebody.
and-
Right,
and
right,
I
right.
was- and who better to ask it than me? You feel me? I'm Chris Paul.
Yeah.
He Blake in this
Yeah,
situation.
okay.
I'm
Okay.
throwing that motherfucker out the glass.
He handled it.
Handled
Got you. Yeah.
That's where we cut it.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's a good way to end it.
All right.
Little romance advice at the end. We touching all
Take care of home
subjects
and home will
tonight.
take care of you, right?
We touching all bases here tonight.
Yep. So, all right. I guess we're signing off. JP Simon, T. Jones, and of course, Canton legend,
Oh, man.
Hollis, Scamp Alexander.
Legend is crazy, but
And as always, what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
That's good football.
Well, that too. That's good football. But as always, thanks for watching and go Pups.
Go Go Pups.
Pops.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And all he had to say was yes, sir.
Yeah, I
It's
couldn't
crazy.
even get in on that one. I couldn't even get in on
Well, now I've been
Hey,
doing
man,
it every
I
episode
gave y'all
too.
boys a couple TIGs.
I didn't.
This dude Jones used to yell TIG
You know
all
what they
the
say?
damn
If you're
time.
not gonna say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. How old are you?
I'm 30.
We're the same name. We all graduated.
Yeah, we're all the same year. 2013.
But like I know,
I'll
like,
take you on that board too.
And I'm old. Why you picking on L? I'm old man now.
What you mean?
I know like all the like
you
Ralphers,
big
like
ring.
Billy and all them like.
9. Where the 9 at?
Put that you see it's deflated. Deflated over there.
Put that 9 on
I
there.
looked for it.
5'8" today. How tall?
Yeah, 5'8".
5'8".
Oh, you don't have to mention his height.
Man, 5'4".
But you are, yeah.
160.
No.
175.
No.
We'll just say 180. 180.
Just say 180.
I'll say 175. I get
He
that.
said new.
Hey,
That's how you know you ain't close to somebody do that new.
I was
Not
230 when I
today.
got the training camp. I'm at 205 right now. I'm trying to get back.
Me
I'm on
too.
the
I
working
feel
process.
it.
On the
I
way.
feel it.
On the way.